how hard they run the bases, the Orioles, and that's contagious. You have the whole team run out ground balls in the field and taking that extra base a second.
And
there are no routine ground balls that the Orioles do.
That one's hammered. Wow. Gone.
Orioles home run this year.
I have to say no to that question.
I mean, check out this curveball again. Just stays up enough.
Zanza there in the air. Here comes Kyle Tucker. He'll make the catch. Well, with the sky.
Yeah, I mean, it looked like some wind's come in, but the ballpark around 3:30 today, it was pretty close to it. I mean, very pleasant today. Not a whole lot of humidity after the rain yesterday.
Yeah, I heard you got a lot of rain yesterday.
This ball is just long. Did they have a police escort to get him out of Toronto? Going 11 for 13 or whatever.
Beat them down.
Well, you know, we joke that he should probably be eligible for Canadian citizenship by now. With what he's done in Toronto, he said, I could never explain why I was so good against the Blue Jays, but that momentum that he picked up is carried over this homestand.
Yeah, I mean, if they were the worst pitching team, which they're not, I mean, you know, sometimes you have times where you play certain organizations that are struggling, but the Jays certainly would like to play better than they have, but they're well over 500. Good starters, right? But I thought his, you know, after having vertigo, he said it's a lot easier to hit one baseball than three.
And it's hit on the ground the second. There is Jose Altuve, and Hayes is retired.
Take a look at the defense for Houston. Alvarez in left for those knee surgery, so he played the outfield. Myers with a 2-3-run home runs up in the yard. Tucker Gold Glove. Bregman Pena, who was the best fielding shortstop MVP of the World Series. Altuve Abreu, and then Martin Maldonado.
And there is Jordan Alvarez playing in left field. Moves pretty well for someone of his size. There's Gunnar Henderson in his 19th home run on Saturday against the Mets. He'll chop this one to Altuve, and will hold his time to get the out. But Ryan Mountcastle, what a shot! 478 feet. It clears both bullpens, and the Orioles have 2-0 lead after one.
I love to drive. It's my me time. Nothing can ruin it, except for a car breakdown. That's why I called CarShield. CarShield has plans that help cover major parts and systems for out-of-warranty vehicles. So when they break down, you're not the one stuck with the bill. Do yourself a favor and call CarShield to get America's most trusted auto protection before your car breaks down.
Click or call now to save on expensive auto repairs before your car breaks down.
The days of yard work are long gone. For there's a smarter way to lawn. With Pennington Smart Patch, you'll see growth in 5 days. And with 98% renewable resources, pretty smart, we'd say.
There's never a dull moment for the Nelsons. 5th generation Montana ranchers. Since 1868, they've been herding cattle, reeling in trout, and exploring Paradise Valley in their backyard. Here's to another 100.
Home Run Riches contestant of the game, Lisa Bozard from Chestertown, Maryland, has won $500 for being selected and won $500 more for every Orioles home run hit tonight. From how we fast play contestant of the game, you have one more chance to win $50,000 at MDLottery.com/home run. Ryan Mountcastle, a long fly out and a 2-0 Orioles lead. Jeff Arnold, the Hall of Famer Jim Palmer, and pleased to be joined once again by Devo, Mike Devereaux. Great to have you with us for another Orioles series.
Yes, great to be here. Definitely happy to be back.
You got to witness a pretty big blast there from Ryan Mountcastle. Now Grayson Rodriguez will face Yainer Diaz to begin things in the second. Grayson will jump ahead 0-1.
Now, you very rarely see them hit out there.
That ball was split so far.
Oh, my goodness.
Devo, do you remember your longest home run in the big leagues?
I really don't, but I don't think it was 72 feet.
I'm going to say that one was
Yeah, got his in the arm.
got him in the arm.
Kinds of movement up and in. And they wear the protection. He didn't even move.
Don't have to move.
No. No. You didn't wear it, did you?
I did not.
Would you have moved?
Nope. No, I've been out of the way.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
didn't have that deal. Yeah, I wasn't going to get there.
But that's, of course, what they want. I mean, it's kind of like a walk.
Yeah.
Free pass. Maybe a painful one.
Here's Jose Abreu. Key off-season acquisition by the Astros. And so far, Abreu has not been what he was with the Chicago White Sox. See, the home runs are down, batting average not very high. He's been one of the worst first basemen in all of baseball this year.
And a multi-year deal. Yuri Gurriel a couple of years ago won the Gold Glove. He leaves. I'm sure they felt that he would kind of step in, and they list him at 26 on Cuba.
Right field, Santander moving back. And he has got it for out number 1 of the inning. Get a 2023 Birdland membership today and receive priority access to the 2023 postseason. All members receive benefits, including an increased discount on concessions and merchandise, up to 30% off Birdland rewards and more. Purchase now at Orioles.com/membership.
Yeah, I figured they probably thought Abreu, comes out of Chicago. April can be very miserable. 250 lifetime hitter. With 5,000 at bats. They figure he comes to a dome stadium, unless you have to play in Chicago or Cleveland or whatever, and he'll get off to a good start,
Right.
make it easier. And it doesn't always turn.
Nope, not always.
Now send up Jeremy Pena, the 25-year-old. And Rodriguez delivers a strike.
Yeah, better fastball hitter. Last year, higher batting average, about 253 against fastballs, 11 of the 22 home runs. And then the Great World Series, seems like he could hit a ball to right center over the second baseman's head anytime he wanted to.
1-2, and there's the slider.
Well, he's got a good slider. And since he's went down to AAA Norfolk and came back much sharper, maybe almost more of a sweeping style, doesn't linger around the plate very long.
Those are actually the hardest to hit. Those little sweeping sliders.
And why is that? It just is, there's a mistake.
Right. Well, you try to see the person. I try to see the ball up in the zone, and those sliders that come up a little bit higher, they got more movement away, and once they appear to be a strike, and all of a sudden they're not, especially when you're off your game, they're swinging that pitch.
Yeah, the one thing as we look at the pitch selection here for sliders, and again, that's the scouting report, is that for Grayson to even be more effective, pitch count has to come down. It's over 18. take care of it.
Now sweeping slider.
It's the perfect one. It's a strike to ball.
Yes, exactly.
Now, the illusion, and you would know better, Mike, you think it's going to be on the plate.
Oh yeah, and you got to cover that outside of plate too, and it just disappears away and you can't reach it.
It looks, TV kind of slows it down a little bit.
It
doesn't it?
looks like easy. I mean, I could hit that ball.
On one to Jake Myers, who had a career day against the Yankees on Sunday. 2 home runs, 6 driven in. He had 2 3-run homers that were both go-ahead home runs for the Astros in that game. That's out to shortstop. Henderson will go the short way and hit the out of Diaz. So 2 clean innings for Grayson Rodriguez. Mountcastle homer has the Orioles on top.
Book a work trip. Earn 1 key cash. Shake some hands. Do not forget to laugh. Book a getaway from work trip. Use 1 key cash. Order some sides. Do not disturb. Join 1 key to earn and use rewards across Expedia, Hotels.com, and Vrbo.
Break with confidence. With Midas's Golden Guarantee. Our perks like brakes, shocks, and struts are guaranteed for as long as you own your car. Right now, save $80 on brake service. At Midas, we'll take care of your car and your wallet for miles to come with Midas's Golden Guarantee. Request your appointment today at Midas.com.
Subway refreshed their ingredients, their menu, and now they're slicing their meats fresh. That's why their Subway Series subs are preferred by this champ and his future champ.
Pros who are talking heads prefer fresh sliced turkey.
And pros who use their heads prefer fresh sliced ham.
More deli meats are preferred by this QB.
And preferred by his old backup QB.
And if we prefer it, we know you'll prefer it too. Is this slice as good as your tennis slice?
I cannot say that, but yes.
My relationship with my credit cards wasn't good. I got into debt in college, and no matter how much I paid, they followed me everywhere. Between the high interest, the fees, felt trapped. So I broke up with my credit card debt and consolidated it into a low-rate personal loan from SoFi. I finally feel like a grown-up.
Break up with bad credit.
And the best winning percentage in the major leagues, the Astros 47-16. The way that the Orioles got ahead tonight, Ryan Mountcastle got a ball 472 feet over both bullpens in left center field. So getting the proper Valdez early, not going to have another no-hitter tonight. And there's City Connect. Those old school Astros uniforms. See, she likes his dance moves. She's just going to eat her hot dog and pretend she's not paying attention.
Well, she doesn't like the script.
Exactly.
Yeah. Nor does Framber. You talk coming out of the Dominican Republic. He signed when he was 21. One of the great bargains in baseball, $10,000. Jeez.
And the Astros signed him as an older international free agent. And that's part of the reason why they got the discount.
Javier is going to pitch tomorrow, signed for $10,000. Now, you don't get those kind of bargains, but it does tell you you want to, as Mike Elias has been doing, delving into the international market.
Hard hit, but right at Pena. And he's got the out of Westburg. We're going to get the biggest bobblehead yet. Felix Bautista, a.k.a. The Mountain. On August 26th at 7:05 when the O's take on the Colorado Rockies. Be one of the first 20,000 fans, 15 and over, in attendance to receive a Felix Bautista bobblehead. Get your tickets at Orioles.com/tickets. Mike, you got to see Felix Bautista before in person. What were some of your thoughts when you were watching him from up here?
Oh man, one thing I'm glad I didn't have to face him. This dude, he's definitely a presence on the mound, and he's got that fastball that's just.
Can you think of anybody that you ever faced that threw 100 with a great split? I mean, he faced Wetland. He was really good. Yeah, he threw hard.
Wetland threw hard.
Tucker going back on this ball. It'll roll towards the groundskeeper's shed and runs down to third base. And he's going to make it there safely. Kyle Tucker mistimed his jump, and it cost him.
Yeah, you come to a ballpark like you come out from probably if batting practice takes the balls off the bat, then everything changes.
Exactly. I mean, every batting practice you're out there, you try to get a feel of the field. He comes up with this ball. We never got in a position to catch that.
And this is last year's Gold Glover. In and out.
Yeah.
I had no idea. It looked like where the wall was.
And they're going to call it a triple.
Yeah, it should be.
Check swing dribbler. Valdez is going to come behind.
What you talked about the base on you get a great lead, secondary lead, otherwise you don't do it good. I'll tell you what, Valdez makes a great play. Throw a little bit off. Check this out. How many pitchers can make this play? Let's see how it's throwing the first base out.
Yeah, that's the only thing we have.
Then Ramon Urias, here's your lead. Go. He does. Yeah, we were talking about it on Sunday. Tony Manzolino, who's the third base coach, he gets a readout of everybody's leads, first, second, third. Red, I think it's green is not so good, blue is. So you can your secondary leads and what your primary leads, your secondary leads. So he can show them and make them accountable. Are you getting good job? And this club does a great job.
Yeah.
Instead of just saying, hey, you need to, what 2.5 step lead, and then, make sure your secondary lead is going and all that, but they actually.
The hardest thing, though, is making sure that ball gets past the pitcher, though, in that situation. Because the ball goes right back to the pitcher, you don't want to go. But he read it good. Balls to the right side.
And now you get a guy that, if he gets on base, he can be a real havoc on the base as Kyle Tucker. Not happy that.
I thought you were talking about McGann after the goal third base the other night.
Well, you could include him in the mix too.
We were walking off the field, the ceremony, and James was one of the guys who caught the ball. That's I'm not sure who else in the locality, and I took the balls. And I was standing next to Cal, and I said, Cal, do you ever steal third? He goes, no, but I did steal home. You steal home?
I did not steal home.
No, really?
I stole third.
All the time.
Full count now against Mateo.
Cal stole home, huh?
Well, so he said, but I think if Cal says something, you're going to believe it.
Yeah, I'm sure he did. So how was that ceremony?
Great. Oh, yeah, what a night. The Orioles win. 43,000 people. Great weather. Couldn't have been any better.
Rick Dempsey leading fans in not just one, but two different Orioles chants.
I got him to do that at the luncheon, just in case he forgot. And he didn't. Spelling out Orioles. Right, he used to do that in like the seventh inning.
Mateo Tapper. Tough play for Pena. In time, says Edwin Moscoso.
Really nice play.
That was a nice play. He was getting that around to see the guy.
Yeah, Pena, one of the leading defensive shortstops. Boy, when this ball is hit, you think there's no chance. And again, they called him out, so you'd have to have some kind of. I just don't know if there's enough to overturn.
I don't think there is either. I don't think
Boy,
so.
made it close though. But both Pena and of course Mateo because of the speed factor. Maybe
He hit the front part of the back too, so
I think if you're Brandon Hyde, and I'm not going to speak for Brandon because he was second in managerial of the year award last year, and he's kind of the front runner this year. But you probably figure, against Valdez, as good as you can be, you want to get every opportunity you can.
yes.
But otherwise, you lose your chance. Yeah, I was talking, when Buck was here, I didn't talk to Buck Shuttle during the Mets were in, and his video guy was in there. And Buck said, well, you did about 8 seconds. And the guy said, well, no, you actually did about 13 and a half seconds. Now, New York, as Buck pointed out, they get 2 minutes. But if you're a video guy, you have to decide whether you're going to challenge or not in about 13 and a half seconds. So your video guys, if you want to go to the postseason, you better have good video guys.
And when it comes to the reviews. Here's Larry Hanover.
Upon review, the call on the field stands. Run the shot.
And as you said, Jim, probably just not enough to overturn it. But,
Yeah, it's still close.
but the big part is that, like, all these new rules came into play. But one of the things that kind of got left out was the fact that you had these new rules about how much time you had to actually challenge a play. 2 outs now. McCann moved up to second base. As the Orioles one in already after the triple and the check swing that got Urias in. Rutschman saves this one a long way. Alvarez giving chase. Alvarez is gone. And the Orioles make it a 5-0 game on Avalon. And kick out the baseball too.
Another long distance home run. Good night to get wet out there.
Oh, yeah.
Now Castle behind 0-2.
There's your fastball, pretty much center cut,
Yes.
then launched.
And he was ready hit. Ready hit. Short stride.
I understand. I don't know. Maybe I'm sure we could probably come up with numbers as far as what this launch angle is. It seems to me that he, after the home run hitting contest, maybe a little more uppercut in the swing. Maybe realizes he can hit more home runs. They said Garcia. He's got. They talking about Houston against the Rangers. He said he got 2 balls out of the infield because he had worked on the home run hitting contest a week before and has gone completely separate.
And sometimes that happens.
Mountcastle is a strikeout victim, and Hadley Rutschman makes it another inning for the Orioles with a home run. This one to deep left field. Orioles fans excited.
Hello? Stand by. The whole meeting could have been a message. It's approved. You're renovating. Is that a sledgehammer?
Connect your team with Zoom One, featuring team chat, phone, and more.
Every bite better with Pepsi.
You've earned this, so hold it up high. You're not just a store clerk. You're a line cook, tour guide, lifesaver, sometimes therapist, but always there from open to close. A one-person operation that's the heart of the neighborhood. You are a fighter. This is your reward. Modelo, the mark of a fighter.
Dang it. Dang it. Some bad luck, Brian. Yeah, I think I'm late on my car insurance.
Good thing the general gives you a break when you need it.
Yeah, with flexible payment options to keep you covered. So today is your lucky.
Hyundai, it's your journey on every mile in a brand new Hyundai. Grayson Rodriguez facing a team from his home state. There is the strikeout of Jeremy Pena. You talked about just how hard that pitch is to hit, and it was down as Grayson's first strikeout tonight against Houston. He's been pitching through these first 2 innings, and now he's got a pretty big lead to work with.
Well, they get him a lot of runs. I mean, he's well over 5 runs a game. So now what do you do with that? You really don't change anything.
No.
It's first batter, first strike. Take your chances. Maldonado, great catcher. not a great offensive force, even though he did homer up in Yankee Stadium on 5 home runs they hit when they won 97 the other day.
Maldonado will be followed by Altuve and Bregman in the third inning. The only hit that Grayson has allowed was the base hit by Alex Bregman in the first.
And that's kind of an information pitch in the sense that he got behind him. Bregman's, actually the average has been down. The power number is good the last couple of years. And he just throw him a fastball because you want to put the ball in play, and he hits a single. So now you saw where the bat head is. You have an idea of what his bat speed is. And when it's only a single, you applaud. Maybe not visibly, but an inner applaud.
He went around it. Another chase on that pitch for Grayson Rodriguez.
Well, Elrod Hendricks used to always say, our bullpen coach caught my no hitter. He goes, well, if you're waving at me, then there it is. That was a wave.
That was. He had no chance in that ball.
Jeff, you alluded when you opened about how well the Orioles pitched when they went to Houston. They won 4 out of the 7 games late in the year when the Astros are on their way to 106 wins and eventually a world championship. I think you were doing this here down there. Remember when the cameraman guy said, I think Radish was pitching the first base, or Kramer, he said, can your guys get your breaking balls? And I said, yeah, they got breaking balls. And they almost pitched complete games in both of those, and then they came back here and did it.
Yeah, Dean Kramer, his best ever start in the major leagues. 2-0 against Altuve.
And that builds confidence. You're a young pitcher, and at the end of the year, you want to be better than you were in maybe April, May, June. And they were last year against the Astros.
Ooh, doesn't get that call.
That's a tough one. Yeah, it builds confidence going into the next year. That's what happened with the other.
Grayson thought he should have had 3-1 to count against Altuve. And the Astros will have another base runner. As fans cheer on the Orioles when they take on the Colorado Rockies on August 25th at 7:05. Get to the yard early because the first 15,000 fans, 15 and over, will receive an Orioles wearable flag. Get your tickets today at Orioles.com/tickets. 1-1 against Alex Bregman. It
almost looked like he was looking for a slide.
Yeah, got him a little quicker than he anticipated.
Took the 98 right down the middle.
Yeah.
So ahead of the count to Bregman with Alvarez next. Chase that. Bregman.
Yeah, excuse me, Cap. When you're pitching well, you're just looking, make a good pitch here. Hopefully he hits a ground ball and somebody get 2 outs on 1 pitch. And of course, you know what Bregman wants to do. How do you get him back into the game? Is it safe to say that maybe the ball's carrying well tonight? 472 feet, and the other one just to the left of the 398.
And he is looking at his watch, wondering when is the next Orioles home run going to be coming out this way. Another 1-2.
Again, an easy 100.
That's very easy.
Yeah, I looked down the road. It took me probably 4 or 5 years. Dusty Baker, one of the great managers with 2,157 wins, 26 years. Really good player too. Some really good Dodger teams. And came up with Hank Aaron. Anytime you talk to Dusty, when you learn how to play the game, just watch Hank Aaron. Because everybody thinks Hank was just a Guy hit 755 home runs. He had like 3,700 hits. He could run, he could throw, do a lot.
Proved his Hall of Fame candidacy after Astros won the World Series last year.
Well, Mike and I were talking about it after the scandal of 2017. You know, with the time stealing and all that. He was the perfect manager to come in here.
Yes, he was. No doubt. Coming in that controversial situation, sell the guys down, and won World Series. I mean, good for him.
2-2. As past Westbury will make it into right. Now Altuve is going to head to third base. Astros will set up runners at the corners with one out as the soft single has them in business, and Alvarez coming up.
Yeah, I don't know how soft this was hit. Because he just swoops it the other way and nobody playing him. He's 104 miles. I kind of wondered why you're what those ground balls were. They didn't keep track. But it wasn't a high back chopper. The walk, once again, you know, everybody does. Rick Dempsey used to always say, hey, walks kill you. I said, no, what happens after the walks kill you, right? So they're trying to get back into the inning, and now it's second time through the order for the Astros against Grayson Rodriguez.
Facing Alvarez, who flied out his first time.
Well, the other thing for Yordan Alvarez, he's hitting 382 in runners in scoring. It's a pretty high number.
Yes.
Now, since returning from an oblique injury at the very end of July, he has been one of the best hitters in baseball.
I think, didn't we? I don't know if you were working with Sidney Ponson when he first came up. We were down in Houston, and he had 2 home runs off of Sidney. One, I mean, pretty good pitches to the opposite field, left center. And that's when he got on my radar. Because he can hit a little bit.
There's 100 from Grayson, 2 balls and a strike. We've seen more velocity like that since he's returned from AAA. Better command of it, too.
Yeah, but a lot of balls off the plate out of his hands. And yet to throw any left-handers in. Now, you can't do it in a 2-to-1. I mean, you can, but then you take the risk of maybe walking and there's the target in. It doesn't get there at all. You miss it. Well, Chris Guccione, I mean, he's right behind him. Look where his eyes are, the whole plate umpire. So now maybe that ball was smidgen off the corner. Yeah, that's why you're hitting 382.
Yes, because you can spin on that ball right there. Yes. You don't want to hit that ball.
I missed there for ball 4, and now the bases are loaded. Here comes Chris Holt out to the mound. After Grayson got Maldonado to chase a breaking ball. He's on walk, single walk.
Yeah, the guy that you pitched around, not meaningfully, that was Alvarez. The next guy even hitting higher with 384. And that's tough. Back-to-back years, 30 home runs. Only outfielder in baseball last year that had 30 plus home runs and 25 plus stolen bases. And then you never know it. He's trying to atone for boxing the ball in right field and one gold glove. Pretty nice number.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll do. 4 grand slams. There are his numbers for the season. Astros situationally, they're top 5 in the American League with runners in scoring position.
Yeah, about 14 points lower than New York. That's a 266, or is it one of the best? Number 2 or 3. It fluctuates. I think it was starting out Friday, we were 3rd, and dropped to 2nd. The Rangers, they were.
I think they've been number 1 for pretty much the whole year.
5-0. Bases loaded. Oh, shit.
So here's Tucker, bases loaded and 1 out. And a nice pick there by McCann.
Nice pick by McCann.
Minimize the damage if you can.
Yes.
And basically, you know, they use
Tucker up
the
there.
slider against righties. Not use the split changeup very much against anybody. So I'm sure the guy throws 100, he's hitting off the fastball. There's a split. Oh, he gets it. Oh, look at the body language. He knows. Come on. That ball's a ball off the outside corner. Grayson gets a break.
Unicali against Kyle Tucker.
Even counting against Kyle Tucker.
And it's past the dive of Mountcastle.
That's past the dive of Mountcastle.
It's an RBI single. Now the Astros are on the board.
Now the Astros are on the board.
Now you got to settle.
5-1.
You already had the pitcher coach come out. But again, you're against two really good left-handed hitters. You walk one, and then right here, fastball down the middle. This is why he's one of the best young players in baseball at age 26. That ball hit too hard.
Yeah.
Mountcastle can't do it. So now all of a sudden you have somebody that maybe you match up a little bit better.
Diaz, center field. Mateo makes the catch. But this
Mateo makes the catch.
Bregman is going to tag with a throw going into third. And the sac fly makes it 5-2.
Yeah, that's what you want to do when you're down 5-0. Heck away.
Yeah, exactly. Right here, right there.
Being kept alive for Jose Abreu. Here's the runners in scoring position. And
Jose Abreu at the plate.
remained good in spite of his struggles with Houston this year.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit lower conventionally at 252, but lifetime at 306. I mean, he's always been able to drive in runs. And the reason is because he can hit the ball all over.
Well, that too.
Two out.
2-0.
Jim, as far as a guy that can spread the ball, go deep both right and left, as opposed to a guy that's just a pull hitter. How do you face them different?
I think I just try to throw fastballs away, but this inning has not been an inning of command for Grayson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gets him to chase there.
Gets him to chase up.
The big chase. But it might also tell you why he's not having a typical year at 239.
Yeah.
He's not going to hit that pitch.
So you can see right there, 28 pitches, only 13.
Yeah.
Not where you want to be pitch-wise.
Here's Westberg.
Here's Westbrook.
He'll get the out at first base, but the Astros made Grayson for about 30 pitches in the third inning, and they are on the board. 5-2.
5-2. Bud.
I love to drive. It's my me time. Nothing can ruin it, except for a car breakdown. That's why I call
Well, that too.
CarShield has plans that help cover major parts and systems for out-of-warranty vehicles. So when they break down, you're not the one stuck with the bill. Do yourself a favor and call CarShield to get America's most trusted auto protection before your car breaks down.
Click or call now to save on expensive auto repairs before your car breaks down. What is it about?
Early mornings, Douglas first offer 200 cabs, baby.
Or perhaps it's putting in so much effort that to everyone else it just looks.
Yeah. Come on in if you're just joining us.
What's up at DQ? That guy's going fried first on a $7 meal deal. Or is it dessert first?
Well, that too.
These two are taking which $7 meal deal? A large drink and a sundae is the best full-size meal deal of all.
Cheeseburger, chicken strips.
And he can't believe he got a full-size meal for just $7.
Can't believe we got a full-size meal for just $7.
That's a $7 meal deal, and that's what's up at DQ. Howdy tastes good.
The story of Dracula on the last voyage of the Demeter. Evil is on.
Recording Dracula.
We can't even find it.
Impact hosted a swinging for Impact event at Topgolf Baltimore on Sunday. Fans to go alongside their favorite members of the Orioles while making a difference in the Baltimore community. All proceeds from the event benefited the City of Frederick. Baltimore, a nonprofit organization focusing on helping local families and individuals transition out of crisis. Those who participated like
Oh, I'm on a long freaking stream. Whoops.
More information, bigleagueimpact.org/all-win-Baltimore. And Kyle Gibson, one of the things that he talked about when he came to the Orioles is being involved in the community.
Peace on this stream here, folks. But thanks for tuning in. Yeah.
So hats off to Kyle and all those who were there at that event on Sunday.
Yeah.
Yeah, big part of Saturday night.